It's tabletop time. I'm Jazza from Draw with Jazza.
I'm Shad from I'm Shad.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Mackie.
And we are here to do some role playing. But before we get started on that, someone say something.
Plugs all around. Amy, get us started.
You can live stream we do a live stream on Twitch.
You ruined it! Ruined it!
Second chances, guys.
I quit. We're doing...
Fuck.
Sorry, Amy. No pressure. Do it again.
We have a live stream on Twitch, which you can follow at twitch.tv/It's Tabletop Time. And we also have a brand new podcast on SoundCloud.
Yay.
So you can follow that too.
That was better than
Fantastic.
anyone that I've ever
really
heard from
good.
Jazza.
That was brilliant. Screw you.
You would.
I jest. That was wonderful, Amy.
Thank you.
Oh, and Amy's with us. If you're up to this episode with us, then you obviously all are aware of that by now. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess I should mention Twitter as well. You can also follow us on Twitter at Tabletop Time, where we will favourite and retweet fan art.
Speaking of fan art,
that is from fans.
Fan art to show. So this is sort of recaps from recent episodes. This one is from Unoga. This is of Sir Alaric. So the name's spelled wrong, but the art is awesome. So the name thing doesn't matter. This is a sketch of Sadie so far.
Which is Amy's character.
Yes.
Sir Alaric was Mackie's character.
Yep.
Yes.
I really like this one so far. The
That's
names
really
are
good,
on
actually.
Yeah, I really like the style. It's really cool. Nim draws. Now, Insomniac Artist has done a few interpretations in the other campaign, but this is the interpretation of Sadie. And then we have Mr. Doctor with...
The fate that will befall anyone who doth not say the appropriate prayer
exactly
within a week's time.
Loving it. So, got some really cool stuff here. Jen, long-time tabletop watcher, has created a cool piece of Sir Alaric Firebrand. And then we have a couple of pieces of Dale, the scruffy, whatchamacallhim. So, how do people send in their fan art, Mackie?
You're a squire.
Squire.
Yeah. So, fan art, just post it to Twitter, and we favourite and retweet it. So we show that at the start of almost every episode, providing, except for the start of a new campaign usually. So but it's always good to see new stuff.
It's awesome. It helps tell the story, I think. Like, people sort of help solidify the world by contributing, so we sincerely appreciate it. But moving on, we're going to start playing, and
I just want to say in regard to the fan art, there's actually more fan art coming that you'll see in the next YouTube episode, because there's one I really like.
We're breaking it up, because we record
so
several
we haven't
episodes
forgotten
at once.
those who have submitted art.
There is a
has not been
depiction of
yet.
an event in the last episode of the Get Off My Lawn one.
Yeah.
Cool, so jumping into it, we're using a system called Cogent Roleplay, which is a homebrew pen and paper role-playing game system, which is aimed to be simple and satisfying. And it's free and available at cogentroleplay.com in alpha, developed by Shad and myself.
We're still tweaking it.
Shad, would you like to
all right, so
re-immerse us?
We are back into the Ruin Witch, which is a witch who dwells in ruins, in case you weren't able to piece those two kind of words together.
Mm-hmm. A Ruin Witch.
And it doesn't surprise me.
I thought she was a witch that was
one that was able to piece those.
I thought she was a witch that was ruined.
Really?
Maybe she is.
The Ruined Witch. I'm just kidding. Proceed to immerse me, dear narrator.
It's ruined! No, I ruined it because I went us on that tangent. Okay. So, we have a group of adventurers. But it's really not a group of adventurers. It's really an adventurer with two servants.
Yes. This is the tale of Sir Alaric Firebrand and two random tumours that won't leave him.
And Sir Alaric, is it Alaric or Alaric?
It's Alaric.
Yeah,
I like Alaric.
Alaric. It's like Alan and Rick, the two most boring names possible,
Hey, that could work.
smashed together.
John and Evan.
Jonathan.
It works!
That's just Jonathan, you dickhead.
Jonathan! That really works!
It's Jonathan.
Jonathan.
It's just Jonathan. It's basically Jonathan.
Yeah, but it's not. It's Jonathan.
Anyways.
Shut up.
Alaric. Alaric is like
Sir
Balthazar. Alaric.
They have come to the town of Rockwind to try and liberate them from the oppressive curse of a witch. And they're now travelled to the ruined castle where the witch dwells. Before we begin, if you are up to date with what happened in the previous events, you will be aware that something else, but I'll give you a recap in case you don't know. They were being helped by a hunter, the local hunter. Remember him?
I do.
And
Bastard. Slippery
name was-
bugger disappeared on us.
I made a mistake.
Oh.
It is not impossible. It does happen, and I need to recon some of the slight events that happened in regards to
Oh,
his
really?
disappearance.
He was dressed as a witch? Is that one of them?
No. What it was you were trying to keep an eye on him, but at one point when you weren't looking and you looked back, he was gone. And I said that there was a rock in place of where he was standing because you succeeded the appropriate perception roll. That was incorrect. I made a mistake there. There was no rock. There was nothing in place from where he was.
Okay.
This is actually important, all right? It's important.
I'm sure it is. You have
Reasons.
because you've confirmed our suspicions that the rocks are significant in some way, which is obvious anyway because they're rocks with runes on them.
They have runes. But what you did see was a bird flying overhead.
A bird. Oh.
I wonder what that could be.
So
Maybe just an inconsequential bird.
It could be.
well,
It's a forest.
You
I'm
could have
sure
just
there's
thrown that
lots
in
of
there
birds
to like
around.
divert our scent,
Yeah, exactly.
and just not mention the bear like 4 feet away that he did turn into. Anyway,
But you were... Now, I do have to give you a bone because you did something in response to this, and this is where I realized... What are you smiling at, Mackie?
nothing. I didn't see anything.
what?
Nothing.
Was
Why
it
are you smiling?
Was it the comment in chat of someone saying, honestly, my favourite part in these, other than the story, is
Yeah.
the two dweeb brothers bickering at each other?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It was.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks for that. All right, so... I need to give you a bone because you did something that was clever, and I said it didn't work, which could stuff up future things because obviously you would try this if you came across something similar. You poured the potion on the rock.
Mm-hmm. The statue? Mm-hmm.
And so, no, on the rock.
Yes.
Yeah, so we take that back. We have the potion. Is that
You
what
still have the potion. Yep.
Was there just a potion we had? We had a couple.
Didn't we get
You
one
had
each?
4.
Or 4?
Yeah.
No, you got them all.
You have 4 potions,
And we still
you
have
tried
all
to
4.
pour some of the potion on the rock that I said appeared in place of this guy, which now
None of that
never
ever
appeared.
happened.
None of that happened. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Good.
We're on the same page.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So you then come to the ruined castle. Okay, and there is like a half-standing wall that in some places has crumbled down, in some places there's still a bit of wall left that is extending from the keep and then the bailey. And you found where the crumbled gatehouse was, which is a big mound of rubble that you've gone and crested, and then you saw the bailey, and scattered along the bailey were rocks
Yes.
that had the same symbol carved in.
The
As
symbol
the
of
rock that's...
cancer, coincidentally.
It's not cancer. It's something else. That it's the same symbol on the rock that Sir Alaric decided.
Alaric.
Sir
Alan Rick.
Sir Alaric decided needed to be destroyed. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You destroyed a rock.
In the town, I
Yeah.
did. Mm-hmm.
And the rock did nothing to you at all. It was a perfectly innocent rock.
Speaking of Alan Rick, poor Alan Rickman.
Snape.
Oh,
Sad
what happened?
for us. He's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know, it's
Well,
funny
thanks for bringing that damper on the mood. I was like, oh, by the way.
And let's roleplay.
Yeah, oh, by the way, one of your favourite actors is dead.
It's funny, people love him as Snape, but I always think of him as the bad guy from
Die Hard.
No,
Robin Hood. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Yeah, Kevin Costner, older dude.
He was the man.
Some of the best lines.
Was that, I think it was like his first role, or was it Die Hard? Baby?
Shut up.
Anyways, we need to play a game.
I don't know, Hans Gruber.
He's one of the greatest of lately.
Anyway,
Anyway,
at some point,
And you're really worried about me
Give me
taking
some,
us off on
sorry.
tangents.
so,
you're getting distracted. At some point, Jazza slinged a rock at
Well,
said
before
knight.
Nothing
you
happened.
saw a suit of armour standing on the far end of the bailey, and it had a nice layer of kind of brown rust over top. It still looked very solid, and had a big sword on its back, and it was just completely still as death. And then, what's your character's name?
Dale.
Dale thought it was a wonderful idea to throw a rock at it.
I flung a few, nothing happened.
No. Well, you flung
I flung a few.
Hit.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing happened. Yeah, even when it hit.
Then I sort of cautiously walked towards it, and as soon as I stepped over the threshold into, was it past the Bailey or something?
No, you were coming down the rock pile that you had crested, and as soon as you stepped off the rock pile onto the ground of the Bailey,
Yeah.
bang!
He was just
this suit of armor. This guy just ran forward like a bull, right at you, and that's where we are picking it up.
I run. I run like a little bitch.
Okay. You do that. What is your responses? What's your reaction?
I pull out my weapons straight away.
Okay. Roll
Reflex?
a shrinking check.
Oh no. So what do I
Oh.
get two for that?
Are they randomly sometimes triggered by emotion if she doesn't control it?
Particularly fear and
Okay.
adrenaline.
So,
That's cool.
2, 3 base, and then I've got 2 in shrink.
So she needs to succeed to not lose control. That's the point of it. Because
yes.
normally she would make this roll to succeed in acting it.
Yes, in
these
triggering
situations.
it. This time, because suddenly this monster is attacking you, and fear and adrenaline, this power that you feel inside you, suddenly you lost
Goes
grip of it,
crazy.
and it's.
What's the challenge level?
I'm thinking a challenge level. It's either 3 or 4.
Ooh. Okay, so
3 specialised for is difficult.
Is this difficult? Destiny roll! You know, we didn't not have a single destiny roll last session. What is roll?
What?
Now we will. This will determine if this particular occasion it's more difficult than normal to control your powers.
Make it good. Go. Bam.
10? That's like
Right in the middle. Just take
Right
a
in the
pick.
middle.
Just 3 or 4 and just go.
I wanted it to take away my bias. Not
Roll it again.
I'm rolling again.
Okay.
Wow!
Okay, so
no,
for-
hang on. That's a
it.
2.
That's astronomically difficult for
That's a 2. That's just like, that's like, this time it's a 5.
no.
That's extremely difficult. How many dice are you rolling with?
Okay. 3 base, 2 for shrink. Do I get
And
anything else?
all your abilities.
So,
Attributes.
Attributes, yeah.
2 for my attributes.
So how many dice do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You have a 27% chance of succeeding.
Okay, now, first of all, where are you standing? This is important.
I don't think I've stepped on the Bailey yet. I'm
Yeah.
still on the...
Where are you standing in relation to Sir Alaric?
well, I'm always ahead because these
Okay.
two,
So
except
I'm
for
at
when
the
he
back.
walks.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I can do a garum and disappear. 1, 2, 3, 4.
One off.
failed.
You could use a destiny point,
You could.
and that would mean you'd succeed in not.
Well, I've still
shrinking.
got to perceive what she's done anyway.
I feel like shrinking could help me out in this scenario.
It
though.
probably could.
I'll just roll with
You know,
it.
this is actually interesting because in a case where you actually want to shrink, it might be you might fail and not do it, and this is like a freebie. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I've shrunk. All right, I'll use it.
I'll take that.
It's interesting. If it, like, I like the idea of emotion affecting it because that's why you might fail if you're trying because you can't channel it spontaneously. Anyway,
So what? This knight is attacking, and you. What do you do? You well.
Okay, I pull out my daggers and
And then suddenly,
how
Okay.
small?
now I'm tiny.
about this big.
Okay.
So it's just hot or cold? She can't go between those sizes.
If she could develop more control, perhaps.
Okay. So now she's a Barbie doll, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I see this? I'm running towards them. Alaric's
Roll
looking.
perception.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alaric's looking out toward like not looking at
yeah,
Sadie.
I'm readying for attack.
So
I've
what's
got
the
my
challenge
plan
level
ready.
of this? I mean, it's.
There
Are
is
you
a
ready
I'm
range
to
of
distracted, but I'm looking right at them.
Yeah,
running.
well, this is the thing. Like, yeah, it'd be hard not to know that 2 people are there.
It would be a roll though, just in case I'm that.
Well, this
so,
is the thing. You would. It really depends on if you are looking at them when she shrinks, or if you like look to the ground and then look up and she shrunk
Yeah,
in
so-
between those intervals.
So it
Still
would be a roll.
perception.
Give us a
Should
challenge.
be
level.
perception depending on.
Just give me a challenge level.
3.
Fail. I don't see it.
No, not at all.
I don't notice it at all, and I'm assuming Alaric doesn't either because he's not looking. So
And what are you doing? Sorry.
Do I have to roll perception or?
notice her.
Yeah.
You could try.
It'd be
But
like
it's
challenge
really difficult because
6.
it's behind you. You're not
All right,
facing.
I won't bother.
Yeah. So,
So my immediate reaction to seeing this knight charging at us is to step forward and kind of put one leg in front of the other and dig the spear into the ground. So if he charges, he runs straight into the spear.
Do you know about the mechanic?
I don't think he does. I think he's just being clever because that's what the logic.
Okay, so there's actually a mechanic because charge is a move. It's an action in combat, which gives an advantage. Do you want to read out the rules for charge?
It's right there.
Because you can defend against charge. If you have enough time to prepare, you can brace against a charge. And so give us the rules for both.
See,
So
I just want to say, we put this in for this very circumstance. It's a logical thing you would do in combat if this ever happened, and it's just funny that
you'd
it
either run like
naturally
a bitch or
it's really
brace.
interesting that it naturally came up.
Can you briefly read those two rules? Charge and brace.
Charge, okay. If there is enough distance between the character and the opponent, they may charge, adding momentum to their attack, and they get an additional +1 d6 to their roll. They charge.
Yep.
Okay.
So the brace.
Brace. Now, instead of adding an extra dice to roll with, if you successfully brace, you get an automatic 2 wins. So not an additional dice to roll with, you get a +2 wins on top of whatever you roll. So a brace is a move purely to counter a charge and can only be done if they have fast enough reflex or a full round before the charge to prepare.
You definitely have a full round.
Yeah, absolutely. A character with a high reflex will be able to declare their action after a player who declares their charge. Bracing uses the opponent's charge momentum against them, enabling a prepared defender to more easily stagger, trip, injure the charging opponent. All right, so yeah.
Good move, bro.
Yeah, good stuff, man. So let's figure out round order. Okay, he will take a round to reach you anyway. And so you've run. You're like, wow. You've prepared. What are you doing, Amy? You've shrunk, but then what are you doing?
Okay,
You
I
have
wanna
tiny daggers.
I want to try and get to...
I need to roll something.
Okay.
The perception of the grass knight. Of the mouldy man.
This is where you're being really inconspicuous. I want to know what's happening. That was a bitch of a roll.
Oh.
6. That was a 6.
I'm assuming that's Sir Craphead Knight who's going to hurt us all.
It actually wasn't.
Oh. It was a bird!
Oh, yes, it was a bird.
Was it really?
No.
Oh.
So...
Stop toying with my emotions!
So, round order. Highest reflex goes first.
Yes. Well,
So-
no, I mean, yes.
Yes.
No, highest reflex
Declares
Goes
last.
declares
first.
last.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, declares last.
last.
Yeah.
Slowest
goes-
declares
yeah.
first.
But anyway,
I would
so
be
the knight has no reflex, so
Neither do I.
it's clear what he's doing.
And it's clear what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So they're sorted then.
They'll figure it out.
They should D6.
Yeah, you do need a roll who goes
Yeah.
first. It doesn't really matter because you've
No,
already
because
declared,
it's sort
but
of going on the same
Oh,
round
yeah.
anyway.
Oh.
the knight has
Well,
priority.
he already
when
charged.
things
so that
really
makes
come
it
into
fair.
things,
It's-
the knight, yeah,
It
doesn't
all
matter.
happens at once anyway.
You have a reflex and
I have 2.
you have 2, so
Amy declares.
you declare.
Okay, I'm going to try and sort of maneuver myself around behind the knight.
Alrighty. Okay.
I'm running. I'm like. I'm sorry, Mr. I don't even do it. I'm just like, yeah, this is like when it comes to fight or flight. Dale is flight
Oh, that's wonderful.
all the way.
That's wonderful.
No shame.
That's wonderful.
I'm running.
Alrighty.
Do we need to do a chase mechanic, or is it enough of a stretch?
He's not chasing you.
Yeah, he's running.
He's running,
charging.
and whoever was closest, which obviously was Sir Alaric.
So
now.
I've passed now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you've climbed up the rubble, and I'm assuming you're running down the rubble on
So
the
I'm
other side.
past them.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay. Good. All right.
All right, so now you and the knight combat. Let's do it.
Alright, so
feel like there
explain
should
to
be
me how I do brace. So base of 3.
You roll, and you get a
Strength.
+2 win on whatever you roll.
Okay.
Nice.
And polearm, I guess I get my bonus for?
Ooh. Yeah. So you're using it. In this case, it'll just be a standard general polearm, which is like +3, I think. So let's look at the...
Warhammer's +5, Spearhead's +2.
Oh, that's in regards to reducing armor and stuff, where I'm looking at your base weapon bonus. So each weapon will have a combat bonus,
Yep.
and how many points of armor they can reduce.
Who's got a
opponents.
pen or a pencil for me? Because I've got the...
I always forget to bring a pencil.
I have a pencil.
Come on! there we go.
He's pumped, man.
Hey, Luigi, why you not come around no more?
So yeah, just +3 from the polearm.
I feel like you're going to have to run me through the hardcore mechanics every time we play. I'll get it.
That's alright.
Basic.
I'm sure we'll have to do them in Rob's campaign anyway, unless he chooses not
Well, this
to.
is good because it's practice before Rob's campaign, because in Rob's campaign I'll have to use them heavily.
Yeah. Well, no, all you need to do is remember your own weapon. The stats of your weapon.
Yeah,
That's
write
fine.
it down. That's what I've
just,
been doing.
Just there's 2 stats to remember.
Crap for the narrator who
There's
has to
weapon
remember
bonus.
them for everyone.
Well, he would just ask what's the thing from you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
go on.
So, okay, so prepare the roll. So I'll prepare the notes. Roll.
Base of 3.
Mhm.
So I've got base of 3. I've got my proficiency in polearm, which is 2. Then I have strength. So do I add this +3 to my roll, or is that wins?
No, to your roll. The weapon bonus is always dice to roll. So your abilities, so base of 3 plus your abilities plus your proficiency plus the weapon bonus.
Okay. Well, and I take away 1 dice because I've got heavy armor. Correct?
Yes. Well done. Perfect.
1, 2, 3. So I've got 3
Plus 2 wins. So that's an effective 5.
Lucky you have those +2.
3.
So I get a 2 wins.
Level
You level
2 victory.
2 wins. So you can choose to perform any combat maneuver that is allowed.
A
in
medium
level-
injury, meaning they receive a -2d penalty on all physical dice checks until blah blah blah. Keep in mind that can be reduced by strength or armor. Or disarm. Or any lower outcome, which could be close combat. With a level 2 injury, this guy is like just armor, right? So like,
You don't know.
but like, he'll be able to reduce the injury if you inflict the 2.
That's true.
And with hardcore rules, it doesn't reduce anything. It just
Like it's a permanent damage reduction. But he is using the spear of his weapon. And so in this case, it will reduce his armor by
2.
4 for a spear.
For a spear, it's 4.
Actually, no, yeah, by 4 for a long spear, and you're using the spear point basically. See, you're using like the best weapon, medieval weapon that was ever made to fight armor. It's a poleaxe. I mean, they're crazy.
That's why I chose it.
So, in answer to what I was saying before about hardcore rules in armor, what's the solution with that? What's the...
Well, say if this guy's armor rating, I'm not telling you what his armor rating is, but you can assume it's probably like 5.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, that means with his weapon, he will reduce it to a 1.
Yeah,
And then if he chooses to do a medium injury, which has 2 points of damage, he can only reduce that injury by 1 point instead of the full 5 he can do with his armor.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Your eyes are glazing over, man.
So here's
I
another.
understand.
Here's another question
It
for
works,
you.
though. It works really well.
So, okay, so like, no, help me understand this. So, Mackie's roll was 5. Then he adds the +3 on top of that from his spear.
Yes.
He already added...
I'm so confused.
Jazza, the +3 was already added in his combat roll. That's
Yeah.
the standard weapon bonus.
So how do you...
So after that, armor and
The
damage
hardcore
comes
weapon
into it.
rules on top of standard bonuses. So far we've just used normal rules, okay? The hardcore rules...
His roll has to beat 5?
Can you listen?
I'm trying to understand. I don't understand. It's numbers.
It's normal so far. He has his normal combat roll, +3 because of his weapon bonus. That's normal, okay? But now, with the hardcore rules, his weapon can naturally reduce an opponent's armor by a set amount. The opponent's armor was 5. He can reduce it by 4, which
Okay.
makes it 1.
Okay.
And so now everything
and
runs
each weapon
forward.
has a thing.
Each weapon can reduce opponent's armor by a set amount, yes.
Oh, God.
It's good.
Alright.
It's really realistic.
I'll get
It works
used to
well.
it, I'll get
And
used
so now, Mackie
I love that I'm the co-founder of this system. And I'm like, what's happening? But it's good because this is what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
I'm the idiot.
No, you're not.
No, really. It means that if we can cater the system to be understandable to someone like me, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We're achieving simplicity.
Without your weapon being able to reduce the opponent's armor, doing injury would be pointless because he could just, shrug it off because of his armor.
Yep.
But now his armor is effectively 1. So you could choose to do an injury and hurt him if you chose to do so.
If I enter into close combat with him, he does lose all armor bonuses, doesn't he?
It's different because of the weapon you're using.
But I can just drop it.
You can. Do you have a weapon to use in close combat?
Well,
You want to go unarmed, and you have no proficiencies in unarmed.
I have proficiencies in close combat.
Sneaky little person, this Mackie. Yes, of course. If that's the case, yeah.
Okay, so if I wanted to, I can drop my poleaxe and then just wrestle with him essentially.
Yeah, you enter into close combat, which means he cannot use his weapon either. That's the point of close combat.
Do you have a dagger or something?
If you had a dagger, daggers meet...
Amy's like,
Chuck in one of my tiny ones.
you're like,
A bee bit me, what was that? If you had daggers, you would negate all his armor completely.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a noob move there, Sir Alaric. Knights generally always carry a dagger. For this very reason.
I've got other things to worry about, like holy water and shit.
I've made a complete video on this subject, Mackie.
well, I clearly why aren't you watching I Am Shad?
It talks about full
What
plate
is wrong with
armor and that the dagger is one of the most effective weapons. Anyway,
Exactly.
so what are you doing? You want to enter into close combat?
Nah, I'm gonna medium injury.
Oh, medium injury. All right.
Which is gonna be reduced to a 1
Okay.
injury. So.
Yeah, so what happens is this knight is just running right at you, and it does a swing. You duck under with your braced poleaxe and hammer that spike right in the joint between the breastplate and the fold. Okay, it gets caught a bit, so a lot of it only goes in a little bit. But roll perception.
You want to take your dice out?
I will take my dice out. He could use my dice if he wanted.
You could.
He could.
That seems low. I got a 1.
Fail.
I would have made it an uncommon task. Okay, so you don't see it. You roll for because he's close enough. So you roll perception as well.
Close enough for me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
5. You notice something very interesting when you look at this knight. Like you're looking up at his tail, like it's really big and everything. But what's really intriguing about it, you can see through the gaps in the armor from the light and stuff like that. There's nothing inside.
That's no
Fantastic.
surprise. I'm sure to the people in the story it's a surprise, like, it's
So-
not a person. But to us as players who are familiar with this sort of story, I think we all expected that.
Yeah.
Screw you!
No offense.
All right.
Should
so,
have been oh, it's empty! What
I'm
do we
trying
do?
to not be surprised and confused all the
Mr.
time.
Narrator,
I'm trying
sir,
Yeah.
what happens now? Because it's like, if it's a spectral form and I've dealt 1 damage to a ghost essentially with a spear, does it take damage?
Technically, you've dealt no damage.
Okay. This is great. Fantastic.
Doing well.
See, that's what I was waiting for. I was like,
This
what
is-
do you do now, guys?
This is where Amy flanks. It's a new round.
it is a new round.
Mackie declares first. You're actually at the bottom of the pecking order.
We both do. Come on, Mr. Knight.
No. Your roll stands for the combat round.
Oh.
Sorry, the combat cycle.
Yeah. Well, the knight, after it swung, it grabs its sword.
Hang on. He declares first.
Yeah, go.
I do. How far away is he now?
The knight, it's like you're like this with him.
I'm assuming after I hit him with the spear, what about my brace bonus?
Yeah, that was. You rolled a 3 and you got a +2 wins onto it, which turned into a 5.
Oh, that's
I remember these things.
Alright, so I've stabbed him here. Would he not then have to step back to get off my...
You would
He
assume
didn't
that
stumble or anything.
if
But
it would bother him
Yeah.
that a spike is in his torso. He doesn't have a torso.
Well, it'd still be in under his armor, correct?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
You're saying you think you might be staggering or trapping him?
Well, if it's stuck in here, yeah, he's going to be able to swing
He never
at
said
me.
it was... Did you say it was stuck in there?
It's gone in about that far between the fold and breastplate.
But that being said, it would come out fairly easy.
Sorry.
I guess
If he
I guess
wants
my
to pull
point
it
is,
out, yeah.
if you got a roll that staggered him, then you'd achieve that, but you sort of didn't.
How do I trip him? How do I...
You need a +3 victory.
I want to say something, but I know when I say it, you're going to disobey me right away.
Just do
Will
it
you
anyway.
promise to listen to me?
Yes.
You're forbidden from looking at chat.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Because
What?
I don't need to put that
the
there.
chat are onto it. You guys are not.
We never are. When have I ever been onto it? That's my quirk.
Can I ask you a question, Shad?
Yes, you may.
Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Parts, yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Okay.
seeing if you may have potentially drawn from that for reference material.
I really want
No,
to look
not
at
from
chat.
this
Can
one.
I look at chat?
No.
Why?
No, you're
What?
not allowed to look at chat.
Okay. Mackie, declare.
The only way to annoy this guy enough is to knock him to pieces, basically, and then that would be my suspicion. But the other thing is what we've got to prepare for is if I attack him and, like, let's say I shove my spear up through his face or something, he's still going to be able to swing at me with a sword.
Mhm.
So I'm at a bit of a predicament here.
Your idea about disabling him was a good idea, though. Tripping or whatever.
What are you doing? You're trying to run around?
How do I trip him?
Well,
then?
he declares next.
Yeah.
I need
We
a
gotta-
level
sorry,
3.
well, wait. We got to wait to the clips.
Would
No
you say
speaking, Amy. Sorry.
Say that.
I don't
You
know what
are.
you're doing yet, do I?
No, you don't. That's
We all
the,
just
that's
talk
the
too
problem
much.
with having a low reflex.
Interesting.
Hmm.
All right, so
The dynamics of this fight have changed.
I love how, like, I love the idea that the timing of this fight is the timing of our session. Like, Alaric's got a spear and this thing, and the knight's just, like, ready to go. Alaric's like, okay, so if the spear was, I got to trip him or something, because he'll just, and, you know.
Well, that's not what it is in the actual.
I know, I'm aware of that. I just
Yeah.
like thinking of it like that, because we're all strategic. But anyways, go on.
I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. The only thing I can think of is if I'm attacking with a reach weapon, which is essentially what this is, if I, like, swing around with the hammer, do I get a negative in, like, how long it takes or anything? Or
You're in close combat, aren't you?
No, yeah,
No.
he chose not to do it. No, if someone had a weapon that was 2 size categories lower than yours, they actually could enter into close combat with someone using a reach weapon. That's one of their negatives. But he's using a long sword. Yeah,
So he's got a pretty big swing as well.
yeah, exactly. And it's a big long sword, so it's on the larger scale of long swords. Yeah.
Okay, so he's probably not going to get too close to me, really. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do, like, a sweep. So grab the poleaxe and try and sweep it and hit him with a warhammer.
Alrighty. The knight, it's just coming straight around to hit you with his own sword.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Amy, what are you going to do?
Okay. Have I started making my way yet?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, okay.
Where are you going?
Behind the knight.
Okay,
So am I behind the knight?
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll say you are.
Okay.
You legged it. You're like.
Is his armor, like, laced on, like, done up with anything?
Ooh.
Leather straps and stuff.
Clever girl.
Roll perception.
Maybe a chaos roll is needed too.
1, 2. What? What's the challenge level?
It's not actually that difficult to see. In fact, you would know a lot of common things about armor, how it's put together. You notice that it's the regular kind of hinges and straps that hold, say, parts of the armor over where they usually would be sitting are there. But the things that are connecting the armor pieces to one another, they generally require being strapped around someone inside, but they're still in place. So you don't know what's going on in regards to that.
Okay. Can I, like, jump on him and try and undo it?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, technically you could climb inside.
This just got weird.
Am I gonna get killed by some sort of vaporous gas?
You have no idea.
Could I? Is it possible to unlace them from
I'm
the
just
outside?
thinking of all these dirty things to say and not
You
saying
don't
them.
know. If you had proficiency and an experience with armor, you would know what it takes to put them together. And
People in chat are saying Amy wants to undress the knight and be inside. Oh god. Anyway, what do you do? What do you do?
Okay, well, I'm going to attempt to undo it.
so,
I'm not quite sure
okay, this
how easy
thing
it
is,
but
the knight's foot is moving as it's fighting and stuff like that. So, you would need to climb onto his leg or something to, do that.
okay.
I'm asking you, what are you doing?
All right, I'll give it a go.
You're gonna try.
I'll try.
All right, that's gonna take athletics or acrobatics to try and grab onto a giant foot that's going kaboom, kaboom, kaboom in front of you.
I think acrobatics.
All right. So 3.
A lot of maneuverability.
Okay,
and
now
finesse.
this is the thing. You are playing a sane person, and so you'll be able to gauge the difficulty of what you're looking at compared to your own skill. And the challenge level for this would be 4 or 5.
I'd have to get 100%.
Then would you as a character risk something that difficult?
No.
Well,
I
then
am
your character will probably
pretty
go,
mind.
I should try this. Holy crap, I am not going anywhere near that.
Would in
Okay,
theory
well-
if sorry, you go.
No, I'm just thinking. You go.
In theory, if she wanted to grow and then attack, could she do that in one round, or would it have to be divided?
Yeah, I'd let that.
She risks
Yeah?
exposure,
Okay, I'll
though.
try that.
Well, just because it's just an idea. They're just thinking different options, but you're sort of limited when you're tiny.
Am I
But it
directly...
will, like Mackie said, was that what you were going to say? It risks
Is he
exposing.
directly in front of the knight?
Yeah.
And I'm directly behind?
Yep.
So you
Am
might
I
get
taller
away
than
with
the
it.
knight?
No,
No.
you're playing a shortish person.
Yeah, okay. So I
Yeah.
could try and do it without being seen.
It would look like you teleported. If you get away with this, it would look like you just Mackie's holding against the charge. The things he
How do we
fights,
roll?
and then
Do we
the
all-
knight just drops, and there's you behind him.
We all roll after declaration, don't we, Shad?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's
So-
declaring first. So
But,
yeah,
So now Jazz is
at this point,
declaring.
I'm at a fair distance.
Mhm.
My slings ain't gonna do nothing.
You don't know.
You can't have got that far. Because remember, I've basically
A
stepped
sling has
past
very
you.
low armor reduction, yeah. But the thing is, though, you don't even know that this knight is just a suit of animated armor.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, at this point, I'll use my sling.
Do you have sand or anything?
Pocket sand. No.
What is wrong with you? I'd be making little hacky sacks
I
of
do have
sand and-
adventuring gear like grappling hook and stuff like that. Like a rope and...
This is an important role.
Who's this for?
Doesn't matter.
It's
Oh,
the Ruin Witch! That was a
Give me
fail.
That was a 2.
Reroll.
Damn it.
1.
I only got a 1.
Wrecked.
You feel an odd kind of tugging on you, but nothing happens.
In what direction?
The 5th dimension.
Where on my body?
You can't describe. It was on your whole body, okay, and it was pulling you in. You can't describe, but there was this sensation of
Being
that-
lifted.
knocking you a bit to the side.
Someone's trying to attack me from the nether world.
I don't know. What does your character?
They're trying to
do
get
there?
into your
Probably
nether
that.
region.
Yeah, I nearly said nether regions, but I'm like, that's not the word. Crap, he'd be freaking out at this point. I can't run away from that. I run closer to my companions because now I'm scared. But I get my sling and I piff a good one at the knight.
Okay, so you need to climb back up the thing and.
Yes.
Alrighty. So now we are rolling to try and perform our declarations. Jazza, go first.
All right. Just an attack, which is my base. Where's my character sheet?
Underneath all your crap.
Shut up.
You can roll a perception once
Plus
the knight comes
slingshot.
into view again.
What pluses does a slingshot get? Any pluses?
I feel 2.
2?
Yeah.
2?
So 3 plus abilities
Right,
plus
plus
your
2 somewhere.
proficiency plus weapon bonus, which would be 2.
What's the armor thing?
It basically has no armor reduction.
Anyways, this is my attack roll. That was
Pretty good.
Meh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, not bad. You remember the 5 because I haven't rolled for the night yet.
Okay.
Alrighty.
How big are these?
I dropped one and it's behind there. I'll just pick this up. Alright, so Amy, you are going next.
Right.
Don't-
Rolling for resizing
yeah.
myself.
Okay, so
Resizing myself and attacking, or just
You
resizing?
just
You have to
Just
succeed on
resizing
one
first.
first, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One
You
first
succeed,
level.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
That was,
Daggers.
did you know my little act
In
in there?
hand.
Do I
roll
have to-
perception.
I have to roll perception first. So
No,
3.
she get an attack roll.
Yeah, but this
Oh,
is perception.
I see. Nice.
2. She got a 5.
I think he's not seen it. I think she got away with it.
You know, because she's behind and smaller than Knight, and the Knight is like right in your face.
And he's distracted and thinking hard and working
you
hard.
don't notice.
Okay.
Alrighty. So now you get to attack.
Okay. Can I, like, stab my knife, like, up the back of his helmet?
You can try, yeah.
Okay, so...
Now, because
Okay.
you're essentially flanking him,
No. It's not just flank. He's totally unaware of it.
yeah, so
He
it's,
doesn't get a
it's-
defense.
So he doesn't get a defense
he doesn't
roll
get a
at
defense
all.
roll.
Okay.
And your daggers negate his armor and close combat. And you get +2. No, you don't get +2 for flanking because he's just not defending. So
Okay.
you just get a
3
roll.
base dice, 2 for daggers, but all attributes.
Yes.
All attributes. And then
Oh.
the 2 for daggers, were they just your skill points?
My
Then
proficiency.
Daggers don't get a natural weapon
okay,
bonus.
So that's your roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes!
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good.
this hurts me.
What's the damage reduction on the knight?
He doesn't get damage reduction.
Or defense roll?
And so what happens is you, Pierre, and you just whip out this dagger, jam it right behind, I think it's the bevel, which is the neck protector, but it goes right in, dagger, straight up to the hilt.
Hang on. Let me be glory hog here. I rolled a 5. Wait, no, he doesn't get damage reduction.
He doesn't get a combat roll to defend against hers.
Yeah, god damn it. Fine, she killed
Okay,
him.
no. We don't know the effect yet because I still need a roll to see what
At least
you guys do.
add in the description like a rock pings him on the head or something.
Well, first, let's Mackie roll and I'll roll for
Yeah.
the night.
Alright, so just to clarify, I'm going to try and hit him with my hammer, my
Yep.
warhammer. Alright, so this is without the armor reduction. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, remember the 4? I shall counter
So
roll.
it's 4 plus 5, which is 9.
4 plus 5. You
Well,
know,
for armor reduction.
armor reduction just reduces the armor you're hitting against. It doesn't increase your roll. So it's 4.
Yeah, okay.
And he only got a 2. 3.
3.
So you get a level 2 win against him.
Mhm.
So you get a level 2 win against him.
Yay!
But you're ranged and you can only really choose to do damage.
Ping him on the head. Oh, I can only choose to do. Oh, that's annoying.
So what are you doing, Mackie, with your level
And
2
it's
win?
reduced, is your point.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't reduce mine. Where's the little
He can
laminated
reduce
thing
damage by 1.
Oh, the cheat sheet?
You're the waste.
Did you say you're the waste?
Yeah. I'll disarm him. Actually, no. Can I just, like, give him a good bang straight on the back with a hammer? Just like...
Sorry, chat. I'll let them look at the chat now because the comments I didn't want anyone to see have now disappeared. So,
Anyways, can we
Okay.
smack him on the back with a hammer?
is that what you want to do?
Yeah, she's
absolutely.
already got his head, so...
Okay, so this is what happens. A rock flies out from the thing, just boing, off the knight. You jam your dagger all the way into the hilt, and a big hammer knocks this guy right there, the helmet to the side. And the knight goes to attack again. And you feel nothing when your knight jams him. You
Mother-
hit nothing but air.
I yell out, something tells me we might have to think outside the box! Or we're boned!
I mean, that would have been awesome. That's why I said this is going to hurt
We're
me to
like,
say this. Because you destroy this thing if he was a living person. But I think you're starting to catch on to the fact that you can't damage something that isn't
Well,
there
he's
to be damaged.
Is his armor still like bent a little bit from the big hammer hit?
Yeah, there's a dent.
We just keep going until he's like a crunched pile of like a crushed
Wait.
Coke can.
So I've got a question.
Yes.
Do I feel any sort of resistance when I hit it? Because if I hit something that's got nothing inside it with a massive hammer, it's not pressing against the skull on the inside. So does the helmet kind of like flop over, or?
It got knocked to the side, right? But then it just kind of pulled itself back. There, underneath the helmet is a chainmail coif, okay? And that's connecting the helmet to the shoulders and stuff. You don't know what's kind of filling out the coif to hold it in place. I mean, when Sadie threw her dagger in there, it pierced everything and she could feel nothing but air.
I should have disarmed him. Even then, he still doesn't get any reductions, does he? Alright, I know what I'm going to do next round. Are we doing next round again?
Yep.
Alright, well, I declare first.
You declare first.
I'm going to try and trip him.
Alrighty. So you still need to get the appropriate advantage against him to do that.
That's fine.
Now, there is a mechanic in the things, I can't remember where, and if not, I'll do it by fly, but I'm pretty sure if you declare to actually try and specifically do a specific combat maneuver...
And you don't make it, you don't do it.
Well, this is what happens. You'll get an additional +1 dice to roll with, but if you fail, you can't choose to do anything else.
That's fine.
Okay? Makes sense? I think that works. Yeah.
Okay. Well, while I organise my dice, so
So-
we're just declaring next.
I need to roll something.
Are these your secret roll things?
Okay, the knight is declaring. It picks up its sword and it's like its head turns to the side and it's going to hit behind him.
Oh my.
That means I'm going to get a flanking bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
potentially.
Okay.
So
That's what the knight declares. What do you declare? See, this is the advantage of having high reflex because you can do something in response to seeing what the knight does.
Yeah.
See, this works really good because I just want to explain something to the chat. If Amy had lower reflex than the knight, she would have said, I don't know, you do it, maybe you said I'll attack him back, and then if the knight had high reflex declared that he's going to attack you, you can't do anything to protect yourself because you know you're not very good against one-on-one combat in that sense.
And that's the benefit of the flexibility of cogent roleplay.
Exactly. So that's why the advantage is reflex in this case, because now you could do something. You could say, well, whatever. What are you going to do to try and... Because you know the knight's going to be hitting you.
Well, I'm going to try and get out of range. Like,
Okay, so you're running back?
backing off. Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Okay, what I have seen from a distance is my shot hit where I wanted it to hit. A big, freaking huge warhammer, smack him hard in the back, and a dagger shank him in the back of the neck. At this point, I think I become painfully aware that it's not a normal person. So I sort of freak out a bit because I'm worried about my companions, and they're all very slow. So you know, gotta.
All right.
I sprint around past everyone to the place where he was standing. I'm either going to try and my thought is he's defending something, he's guarding something. Perhaps that being the door. He's obviously distracted right now. If I can beat him to the door and close the door on the other side or something, it might distract him and get him to chase me or something. Or there might be something there to deactivate him or whatever it is. So I'm sprinting.
Okay, before you are able to move from your current location, how much is that?
4. Is it? Oh no. What? Do I get a defense?
You go to move, and suddenly, everything around you changes.
What?
The ground underneath you, what you see, bang, completely different. And you are sitting in what looks to be a rotting dungeon with a manacle around your hand.
What? As in, this isn't like a vision. This is like I'm there.
This is what you see
What I see.
and feel and hear and
Smell
smell.
and taste.
So I'm like,
And you're like,
stuck to a. Hi. Today's one of those weird days. I'm just going to roll a perception to see what is in the room with me and
Yep.
Obviously, I need to sort of get a grip of where I am and recalibrate a bit.
I have no idea where that dice went.
We'll find it later.
You can roll a perception, Amy, because you are facing.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, with the combat and things going on, I'm thinking it'll be challenge level 4 to notice this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa!
Yes.
Oh. Okay, what you see is Dale. He's about to run, and suddenly there's this weird shimmer around him, and he just nothing, and then suddenly there's another light, and he appears back and is standing, looking like that.
What?
Mother! Oh! There's an imposter.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Now you don't know what happened. All you see is Dale gone, Dale back.
Right. But he's still seeing.
I'm in prison.
Yeah, he's
I'm
in
in
a
a
dungeon
dungeon.
of some kind.
Man.
Most unfortunate.
I hate it when your player the character doesn't know something and you do. You're like, I have to do stupid things that are going to get them killed. Yeah, so my perception was 3, I think.
Okay, yeah. So this is an old dungeon. Like, half of the wall of the roof is like knocked out, and there's light streaming in. The jail kind of bars are rusted; they're barely even there. But the manacle that you're on is still rusted, but it's heavy and it's solid and it's bolted to the stone wall. There's a skeleton of a dead person lying right next to you, manacled with its mouth looking right at you.
He gets another
Oh no!
declaration now, I imagine, because he's tried to do something and
He's
it's
out of
immediately
combat.
stopped.
Yeah, there's nothing I declare against what the manacle.
You can still do things
You
while
can.
the combat is in place during our combat round.
Yeah, there are things you can do.
Well, I'm going to start working on the shank thing. Not the shank. What is it? Manacle.
Manacle.
Manacle. I'll start working on the manacle to get out. First, with just sort of force to see what the strength of this thing is, if I can sort of edge my way out. So that would just be a strength check, which I don't have, and I don't have anything else to use. So it's just challenge level what?
What, to bust open this manacle?
Just to, yeah,
You're just trying to bust it open.
yeah.
Okay, cheat sheet.
Extraordinarily difficult. It's made out of solid
7.
iron.
I have 3 dice.
It's made out of solid
I
iron.
have 3 destiny points. If I had 1 more destiny point and a perfect roll,
Really?
I could be like, yeah, bam! Okay, so obviously after a few clink clinks, I'm like, yep, it's solid iron. At this point, I start feeling around to, have I got my equipment on me, all the stuff I had on me?
everything you had on
Okay,
you.
I find some sort of a pin, some sort of something. Chaos roll to see if I have something useful.
Destiny roll.
Oh, no! I got a 2.
You find
I'm like,
you're like a scone, a crust of bread, an apple.
where did I put that herb in? Oh, I traded it for bacon. Damn it. Oh, I'm looking forward to this bacon.
At least I'm not going to die of starvation.
Yet, he says, looking across at the skeleton, surrounded by crumbs of food. I'm sort of screwed. Back to you guys.
Okay. So whose turn is it?
Yeah, you've still got. Do you still have to? No, she's stepping back. So
Yeah,
everyone-
you're running.
I'm legging it.
So do we roll now?
I feel like, I'm sorry to interrupt, I feel like there should be a TV in the corner of the room and like it should go and there'll be like a doll saying, would you like to play a game?
There is a key buried in my stomach.
That was really, that's a really good impression.
Oh. Right.
Oh, guys.
That was only a 2 for anyone that's seen.
I'm surprised you haven't thought of something. The chat has been screaming it, which is why I told you not to look at it.
What? What?
We've got to either like crush his helmet or destroy the suit of armor or kill the.
Oh, now you're looking at the chat. You're like, whoa, that's awesome.
Come on, guys.
Don't.
It's bound to be obvious. That's the annoying thing.
4.
damn
4
it.
for the knight. But, okay, so you're running. Knight turns.
He's
You're
declaring
being
like a
Alaric's
sweeping
running.
swing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not running. She is.
You said you're...
It's turning to run after Sadie.
And Sadie's running away.
Sadie's running away, and so I don't actually think he's going to be able to... No, chase rolls. Chase rolls.
You have to make a roll each.
Okay, so what do I get
She
for
had a high
that?
reflex, so she's sort of leading the chase.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you lose the chase roll, then
If you lose the chase roll by 1,
he gets an
that's
attack.
his combat roll that he just did against you.
Oh.
And you've got
Okay.
no defense.
So what do I get for chase?
Okay, so on
It's
foot-
athletics,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
athletics.
It's an athletics
crap.
roll.
But you get to add your base, which is strength, so you get to add a point of strength. So it's 4 is your roll. Because athletics is a strength base.
I don't
You
have
don't have
any points of
acrobatics
strength.
either.
Oh, no,
I've
you
only
get
got
3.
reflex.
Good luck.
What's the challenge level?
It's versus his chase roll.
Oh man, okay.
You could win. It's doable. It's just not very likely.
You could have tried to shrink.
Oh, I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm so dead.
If he gets nothing, you could use a destiny point.
You are packing your dax, but first, hang on. I need to roll away.
No, you're dead.
So you hear this armor going, and you're packing your dax, and
Just for clarification
Suddenly-
for our international viewers, what does packing your dax mean?
scared out of their mind.
I think it means
Soiling yourself.
yes,
soiling.
pooping your pants.
In your pants.
Packing.
As you're you're like, suddenly this energy that you've been trying to hold on, you lose grip of.
Ooh.
Roll. Shrink. Now this is the thing. This is a situation where losing control of your
Is
magic
very useful.
might be advantageous, and if you choose to do that, I will let you negate. You're basically like, do it. But that means I'm going to destiny roll because it's going to be a random manifestation of this ability of yours.
Okay, so if
You
I
can embrace
want
it
to happen,
happening.
you would roll and see what happens.
Yes.
Okay, what's the challenge level first?
To stop it,
Yes.
4.
Which means there's like a...
So
You can harness the power of it with 4 though, can't you?
When
So
you
she
have
could
how many
choose
dice?
the size.
7 dice.
yeah,
So there's a 50-50 chance that you
there's
wanted
a
it to be
50-50
harder.
chance with that one too.
Pretty much.
You can roll the destiny dice if you want. The dice of destiny, whatever.
So
Destiny
is
roll.
under 10, I would lose control?
No. If you choose not to try and control it, the
A random
magic
thing
is
will
going to come out no matter what. But I'm
Oh.
going to roll to see in which way it will manifest.
Okay.
Basically, anything close to 1 is bad for you, close to 20 is good for you. So if you decide to let it happen, if it's like 1, you might be like the size of a pea or something, I don't know.
Okay, let's destiny roll.
If it's 20, you like lose a centimetre or something, I don't know.
If it's 20, it's...
Are you rolling it? Okay. Oh, that was nearly 20! Oh, sorry.
Okay, as you're running, this magic just bursts out, and you trip up because you've grown a foot.
Oh no! That
Grown a
is-
foot?
Go-
Wait, can it happen that way? Could
You
she?
must be able to.
So I'm on the ground now.
Actually, yeah, roll acrobatics to see if you keep your
Yeah.
footing.
This is like she's
Yeah,
a foot
that's not
taller.
gonna
She hasn't
happen.
Yeah.
gained an extra limb.
So
No,
what's the
with a
challenge
foot
level?
on it.
Oh, to keep your footing? 2.
I
No one
do not
appreciated my
keep my
turbo trick.
footing.
Oh, you fall down.
You turned into a big clunky person who tripped over.
That's pretty realistic.
She's
How
prone.
fast was I running? Can I
You're
get like?
probably
can I,
gonna
die?
Technically, don't...
His combat roll remains,
Yeah, I know, and he got a 4.
Wait.
but she had a combat roll, so
She is going to kind of lose it. You will get to be able to try and defend yourself, but you're on the ground. It does not look good against you. Mackie still has something he can try and do.
Well, I've already
no, the
declared.
knight goes first. Sorry.
Yeah, no, he does. So whatever happens, his attack is going to land before Mackie's attack will
And
land.
Mackie's actually
That's why
already.
these exist. by the way.
Mackie's declared what he's
Actually,
doing.
yes, it might be time to use one of those.
Yes. Yes. This
She
is
can use them to reduce
one of those being a
injury, though.
destiny point for our audio listeners.
How much?
Okay, I'll give you some options.
What would be a good way to use it?
If you burn a destiny point, I will allow you to get another roll on your shrinking ability to try and shrink.
Okay.
Okay.
Or destiny roll.
As in turning it from the Chaos one into an actual...
To an actual one
challenge
that she's trying to control
Yeah.
her ability and do something that she wants to.
With these dice.
Yeah, with your dice.
This has still got to be happening mid-trip, I reckon, though.
Yeah. Or you could burn a destiny point to get your acrobatics check to have been a 2 instead of a 1, which means you don't trip, you're still on your feet, but the knight is still attacking you. And that's really it. Or you could, just let it play out, roll your defense, and use destiny points to help your defense roll, whatever it may be, against the knight.
What would my defense
You're going to
dice
be like... The knight is probably going to get like an additional +2 wins because you're knocked over on the floor.
Use the destiny point. Just, because if you're prone...
You basically have to.
You're basically dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well... I might redo
Like
my...
how tense this is.
Can I use a destiny point to redo my shrink roll?
To get another shrink roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what are you wanting to do with your shrinking ability?
Do you want to get the eraser?
Well, if I can shrink, then... Would it be harder for him to hit me if I reduced in size?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If he even sees you.
Okay.
He has to perceive.
Well, I shall try and shrink.
Okay, trying to shrink.
Do I get normal shrink rolls?
Yeah,
like
it
dice?
will be your full shrinking roll. It'll be challenge level 3 to shrink your standard shrink.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Man.
Yikes.
So you trip up, you're falling, and you're like, and so you just try and control this power that you have in you, and you
Make your perception.
make your perception.
At this point, it would be challenge level, what, like 3? Maybe even 2.
I'm still facing the back of a giant.
Yeah, it's
knight,
funny.
so-
He is still blocking you. You guys are in like just a direct line with each other, and so it would be like I think 4.
I only have 5 dice, so I got a 3.
Yeah, you don't notice, but you're an intelligent person, so if you get to the point where the knight moves and you don't see Sadie, you're going to go, huh? You hear Dale go, "Don't worry, me lord, I'll head inside."
Bastard. Traitor!
I think I did your accent quite well.
That was pretty good. I was just going to say. Golf clap, everyone.
Okay.
All right, so combat roll for you.
Alright, so this is for a trip.
Oh yeah, you're trying to trip. Okay, so trip is a level 2 victory generally?
Level 3.
Level 3. Did you
And
get the
I've added
+1
an
dice
extra
because
dice.
you've declared what you're
So I've
trying to
got
do?
my 3, which is base, plus strength and intelligence, plus pole arm,
And you're flanking.
plus... Does that give me extra dice or win?
Polearm is a +3 bonus. So 2, +2, +3.
Oh.
So does that mean I get 2 for the proficiency as well?
Okay, 3
Flank
base.
is +2 dice.
Okay, 3 base, +2 from proficiency, +2 from abilities, +3 from polearm. Okay, now circumstantial benefits. So +1 for your declaration to trip,
Plus
+1
2.
for flanking.
Plus 1 for flanking.
No, +2.
Is it +2?
Yes, +2.
Okay, that's +2.
Base, 2,
Why are you counting? We just
Polearm.
calculated it.
flank, and situation.
That's a good roll.
They can stack when you're doing tactics. You see, this is why you need to say, I want to flank or I want to do something.
That was a terrible roll.
That was an awful roll.
3. So
You had 3 with all those dice. That's awful.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
this is extending so long. All I want to do is crush this armor, and I can't.
I don't think that's the way to do it. I think that's just going to dent his armor, and it's going to be a very long process.
I can
Well,
just
anyway,
leave my hammer on him, so I can't stand up.
I
swing
think
the
there's something
hammer.
else we're missing.
You swing the hammer and just unfortunately miss. He's been running, and so you're like, come here!
Look for... Okay, at this point, I can't
I am
really
going to give both of
aid
you
him.
at this point an intelligence roll. See if you put
Can
one-
he aid his with his law skill? What is it?
Supernatural scholar.
Yes, indeed you can.
I was going to say, because he's got to have an advantage with this sort of a check.
3, 4. So do I
Chat
assist
people
with
like,
it?
think! Think!
That's great, I love it.
It's good having commentary on the side.
Alright, I'm just going to roll straight with supernatural.
Hey, Cody
Scholar.
Bear's
I'm not
here.
going to assist my perception. I'm just going to roll with that.
Is that to assist?
That's a better roll.
That's just straight
Jeez.
up doing it. One,
Hang
two,
on.
3, 4.
an
5.
intelligence roll.
No, I'm just using my scholar skill.
Yeah,
just to-
that can only assist this roll. It can't
Yeah,
supplant
okay,
it.
fine.
So, how many above 3?
I got 3 above 3.
Okay, so you get a +3 on your intelligence roll, which would be 3 plus intelligence, and you get a bonus 3 onto it. And the challenge level is 4.
2, so I make 5.
You remember something.
What do I remember?
That you are holding potions.
I knew it was going to be the potions. I didn't say anything though because it undoes a spell from recently. And he was standing there
Yeah,
for
he's been
ages, we
standing there
thought.
for ages.
That's
You
why
don't
we
know.
discarded it in our head. God damn it!
You don't know how long he's been
Alright,
standing
well my
there.
combat roll's over, so is it another combat roll?
It's a new round, yeah.
Okay, so
And
I'm
so-
teeny.
Yeah, well, I need to see if the knight even sees you. And that's about it. You'll need to roll a
That's 2.
stealth to try and
Ooh,
hide from
that's
this
great.
guy.
I have 2 in stealth. And is it reflex?
Yep.
Challenge level?
2. He rolled a 2.
1, 2, 2.
In this case, the defender, the one who's trying to hide, always wins in case of...
Perception.
Or when it's even?
when it's even, it's a re-roll, or...
No.
The person.
If it's passive or active is the
Yeah.
question. So if you're sneaking up on someone who's
This isn't passive,
defenseless.
this is active.
in combat, or no, it's like a deceptive thing against someone's
They can't
someone
perceive
reacting.
it.
Yeah. So in
to
that case,
perceive something, you have to exceed it, I would say.
No, we
it's
have
the
this
opposite.
written
Okay, so-
down. Let's look at the rolls.
yeah, we do.
Passive
open.
or active?
Wait. Cogent Roleplay. Available at cogentroleplay.com. It's free. We need a tag, we need a slogan.
Alright.
Check out Cogent or Europe.
Yeah.
Bogent. What's a Bogent? I ruined it.
You ruined it.
Sorry.
So, it'll be in skills. Perception.
Okay, I remember that against passive, it always goes to the defender.
Yeah.
So active, it must always go to the attack.
No, I think active, it might be re-rolled.
Oh no, it is. Yes,
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a re-roll. on
Oh,
both of you.
okay.
It's in here, but it'll take too long to look up. And
also-
we've got
It's also in here.
tempo to keep going. So,
That's why digital versions are good, because you can go Control
Yeah.
F.
2 again.
2 again. All right.
Well, I mean, it is digital.
Exactly, for all.
1, 2. What?
Do it again.
Again, just roll. Roll again.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
And you beat him because you only has 3 dice to roll with and you can't beat it. So you shrink and land behind a rock, blocking his view.
Whew.
That's lucky.
That's lucky.
Sure is.
One would say perhaps it was your destiny.
Only if there was destiny points used. Actually, there was. It was your destiny. Okay. So the knight kind of stops, turns around, and is going to attack you.
Alright, well, he has higher reflex, doesn't he?
He gets priority because he won the roll, yeah. But, so that's his declaration.
He has
Or you're
no
supposed to
point.
go
He
first,
gets
yeah.
no negatives at all, does he, at the moment? Despite he's been getting owned.
No negatives at all.
I'm just going to take one for the team and throw a potion at him.
You're going to throw a potion at him.
Yeah.
Just throw the whole glass vial and just like,
Actually, I'm not. I'm going to enter into close combat.
God damn it.
I'm just going to...
I wish I was still there. I could have put the potion in the sling and like.
I'm going to enter close combat so I can just smash it against his armor. Because if I throw it, I've got a chance of dropping it and wasting one. Alright, so let's get through this round of combat quickly because I'm going to get hit by this guy. So, what do I have to roll to get into close combat?
You need to get at least a level 1 victory against him.
Okay, so 3 plus base plus my close combat skill.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I don't, do you have close... To get in, no, so to enter into close combat, it's a standard combat roll, okay? And so you can even use your weapon to get into close combat. So you can
Okay.
attack with your pole arm, and it's basically you're going to knock his weapon aside, step in, and then you're probably going to drop your weapon to do something in close combat.
So plus 3.
I love this. Sadie's been going, and you have not noticed a thing. You're like, get this shit at night.
Alright, so this should be my roll, I'm pretty sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. I might have been a couple of dice short there, but anyway.
Did you add the
5.
flanking?
5.
No. I'm not flanking anymore, just turn around and face me.
Oh, okay. Crap. 1, 2, 3. That's a level 2 victory. That's close combat. You
Yep.
can do that. Yeah.
You choose to enter into close combat.
Yep.
All right.
This is a free action. He just goes smash. Come on. Give it to him.
basically.
He just needs to get in.
All
And
I'm
then-
going to do is grab it and just place
It doesn't
in
matter
his
if he
arm.
defends with anything.
You're
It's
going
just
to
got
place the corked bottle of potion.
I'm going to
in his-
smash it on his chest.
Oh,
Yes.
smash it on his chest. Okay, so that's different.
Yeah.
No, the knight still might be able to defend. He just has very fewer dice to defend with. So there's another combat royale. What are you going to do, Sadie? You wouldn't see that Sir Alaric is engaged in fighting this knight. And there's probably something in the back of your mind saying, if he sees me in this size, it might not be good.
I'm going to run back up to where I see Dale on
Okay.
the hill.
Dale, no, he's run past
Oh,
you
he's
and
gone.
is basically at the door of the keep about to enter.
Okay, so is he still seeing stuff, or was that only?
Yeah.
No, he's still where I told he was
Yeah,
before.
I'm just waiting for you guys to wrap up.
We don't
because
know that though. So
Okay, yeah.
you've got to keep that in mind.
Okay, well
At the
I'm
moment,
gonna.
I'm sorting through edible goods.
Well, I'm gonna.
I didn't know I still had that. This is my favourite.
It's like, you know, when you clean up and sort like your room or your office, and you just end up looking at all the cool stuff and not cleaning up, like that.
Okay, so he's run into the corridor.
The door to the keep, yeah. He's like,
Is it? Has he shut it behind him? Like, can I get in?
no, you'll be able to get in.
Okay, can I go in? Because if I can get in, I can resize myself without him seeing.
Yeah, yeah. At your size, though, it
Take
would
a while.
maybe 2 rounds. for each.
Okay. Are there lots of rocks everywhere I can be like?
Yeah, right.
All right.
So at least you got that going for you, but you'll be deceiving against his perception.
What about stealth?
So you want to just move to into the keep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. And you will need to roll a stealth to try, but you'll get natural bonuses because he's not actively trying to look for you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Mackie, combat rolls. So you've entered into close combat. You've dropped your. That's the only way you could really do this effectively. So you've dropped your poleaxe. You're into close combat now, and he can't use his weapon at all. But he's still holding his weapon, which I'm actually thinking. But if you're still holding a large weapon in close combat, it not only
probably
lose
hinders
it,
you.
it hinders you. And so I'm thinking you'll get like a -1 or 2 to your combat roll because
Me or him?
he will because he's got this big clunky weapon trying to deal with you where you're like right there now.
Rather than drop my weapon, couldn't I like hook him with the polearm, bring him forward, and then?
Can't use large weapons in close combat.
No, like to bring him into close combat. So I've still got it in
Yeah,
my hand,
well,
but
you-
I'm not going to use
That's how you entered into close combat? Sure. If that's
Okay.
yeah.
it. Alright, so I just roll close combat to smash this thing on his
Yep.
chest. 1, 2, 3.
3. Yeah. The potion bottle shatters on his chest, and this kind of faintly glowing blue liquid just splashes around. And as soon as it touches, the entire armor just goes.
Does it like shrivel and...
No. It's like there's nothing inside. So imagine a suit of armor, and then dropping it in a pile of pieces that are
So it's just clanking around.
yeah, just clunk and dropped.
Good job, bro.
Can I roll perception, please?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm looking for, I only got a 2, is just a rune or inscription anywhere on the armor.
Okay. The first thing you notice when you're like, honey, where is everyone? You're deserted. You're by yourself. Both Sadie and Dale disappeared. They're not there.
Bloody rascals running up again.
Okay. Yeah, you do find a rune inscripted on the armor.
Well, it's just one.
I would like to put more thought into it, so I will draw it later on. But it's
How
a
about
rune.
you
It's
do
a
this?
rune
Give me a
of
pencil.
some kind.
Go with Pisces.
Pencil.
No,
Or
because
Taurus,
there
go
is,
with Taurus.
there is actually a bit of methodology that follows the runes, following certain symbols.
Do that.
Astrology.
That might work.
What is it?
It's off supernatural.
Charles? What's the where?
But then it's copyrighted, man. Like,
No, it's not. All the symbols in supernatural.
Anyway, so
taken
there you
from
go.
religions
You
anyway.
survived the battle with this animated suit of armor, and you're
That took
now
way too long.
completely by yourself, deserted.
So he's in the field in front of a pile of armor. Where's Amy? Where am I?
I will get to that, but this is a good time to leave this chapter.
I just thought it'd be good to sort of.
So you've entered the keep, and basically, there was a small little square entry hall kind of thing, very dirty, very decrepit, and it's by itself. You pass that.
Decrepit. Sorry.
Decrepit.
It's like the crap.
Yeah, it's a
version.
crapper. The crapper.
It's decrepit but crapper.
And then there's another door, but after that, there's a mess inside. Have you changed size?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Are you choosing to do that now?
Yes.
Okay. Roll.
Challenge level
2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Success.
Okay. You do that and return to your normal size. Roll perception. You.
Dale.
Yeah. Kind of just sitting by yourself.
5 for perception as well.
5.
Singing sea shanties.
Trying to pick a
is
lock with a chicken bone at this point.
As you're inside the keep now, you see that it's this kind of big open hall area, and on the far kind of side of the hall, there's a really old, ruined kind of wooden throne-ish looking thing, but it's nowhere near as grand as a king, but it obviously belongs to someone important. And then there are like rusted weapons off to the side and other things like that. And what you see is once you go inside, some of the rusted weapons float up and they point towards you. The chair, their legs suddenly start moving and start to walking towards you. There's a broom
Beauty and the Beast.
appears and just points towards you, and they.
There's a sort of pattern here. I feel like the end of every episode will end with inanimate objects attacking us.
And that's what you see, and we're going to leave it there.
Yes, be our
What
guest.
you see, you hear the footsteps coming down these stairs.
To the dungeon.
Yeah, and they're getting louder and louder. And then, around a corner, through a hall, you see yourself. There's looking at you.
All right, now something's definitely fishy here.
Walks slowly, turns, and is facing you through the old rusted vase, smiling. Suddenly, this image of yourself starts to change and warp. And then, the most beautiful woman you have ever seen standing before you.
All right, I look pretty good. Wait, you're not me at all.
And we'll leave it there.
Dum dum dum. Cool, good sesh.
Alrighty, that
Woo.
was fun. Okay, so farewell, YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
watching.
And tune in next
For an exciting episode of
The Ruin Witch.
Ta.